Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, Executive Editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with the Brilliant Classics Boccherini Box. The Boccherini Box. It's better when I hold it upright, isn't it? Now, this is a lot of CDs. This is 37 CDs of Boccherini, licensed from all kinds of sources, plus original recordings, some of which are extremely fine and some of which I've already covered. I've been talking about Boccherini a lot, and it's been very well received by all of you music lovers out there, and so I wanted to do this as the pièce de résistance. Well, there's actually the Capriccio Boccherini edition, too, which I hope to cover as well. Boccherini is such a splendid composer, and I don't need to sing his praises again. He's one of the great, well, I will sing his praises again. Of course I will. He's one of the great voices of the classical period. He was almost an exact contemporary of Haydn, 1743 to 1805. He was a little bit younger, but I think his or maybe a little, I don't know, a little older, a little younger. Was he older or younger? I don't know. About this, he was an exact contemporary of Haydn, as I was saying, and a composer of extraordinary gifts, and one who is roundly put down, let's just say, because he happened to be Italian, and he happened to write mostly instrumental music, and he wasn't one of the Second Viennese School, although he was in Vienna with his dad playing in the Viennese theaters in the 1760s or somewhere in there, and he knew Gluck, he knew all these people. They all knew each other. It was a small world. And then he went off to Spain and spent the rest of his life in relative obscurity, having his works published mostly in France. And he died in poverty in, like I said, it was 1805, which was rather sad. But his music really is stunning and much, much greater than just the tiny bit of it that we play today. You know, the minuet, a couple of the guitar quintets, you know, the fandango and the retreat from, you know, the night music in Madrid, that thing. There's so much more. Oh, it's so wonderful. And so this is a great way to get a pile of it all at once. So let's talk about what's in here. All right? Hang on a momentito. Yeah. All righty. Here we go. These boxes are a little awkward, you know, because they open this way, and then there's just this huge, as you can see, you know, pile of CDs, which I'm going to take out. All right, they're out. And we're going to go through them. Let me see if I just got to make a spot here that I can put them where we won't have a disaster on our hands. CD 1. Okay, so we get a bunch of symphonies. These are with the New Berlin Chamber Orchestra under Michael Erxleben. And these are in Capriccio's edition as well. So you can get them either way. Let me just see what we have in here. Let's see if we have the Opus 12 ones. Of course, they don't say that. They go by G numbers. Well, that's helpful. All right. So anyway, we get two volumes of symphonies. And he wrote like 30 some odd symphonies. There's quite a few more. It's a wonderful legacy of delicious works. And then we've got a bunch of cello concertos. Let's see, cello concertos, pile of cello concertos, 3 discs of those. And these are with Enrico Brenzi. These are quite good. With the Accademia I Filarmonici di Verona. Yeah, I have these separately as well. And where are they licensed from? Well, they're Brilliant Classics recordings or something, but they're very good. Cello concertos are terrific. They really are, especially in their original versions, when they haven't been duded up and weakened and rewritten. I mean, the way Boccherini wrote them is just marvelous. He was a cellist, and they're terrific. String sextets. The string sextets are performed by 6 people. It's not a group. It's not a group at all. This is also licensed from Capriccio, so it's in the Capriccio edition. So obviously, you don't have to get the Capriccio edition if you're getting this. Then we have oboe quintets with Laszlo Lenses, you know, the great Hungarian oboist. And I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but we don't care. Oh, Lajos. His name isn't Laszlo. It's Lajos Lenses something. And the Parisi Quartet, also on Capriccio. So here's the whole Capriccio Boccherini edition that they licensed. How about this one? Nope, this is not. Yay! Guitar quintets with Eros Roselli and the La Magnifica Comunità, which is on period instruments. And I have to say, as I've said before, Boccherini is one of those composers, however lovely the guitar quintets are, who sounds better on modern instruments. I say that dogmatically because it's true. He was a composer who needed the subtlety and variety and sensuality, aka vibrato sometimes, of modern instruments. He really, really does, because his music is so dependent on sensuality of sound and delicacy of nuance, especially at lower dynamic levels. And modern instruments just do it better. Sorry. I mean, they're not terrible, obviously. Those are very good performances, but I like modern ones better. Then we've got, let's see, piano quintets. Isn't that exciting? A bunch of them, 2 discs worth, with the Ensemble Claviere. All right, whatever they are, period instruments, doing his piano quintets, which are beautiful. I mean, they're all beautiful works. This is, whoa, wait a minute. Okay, we got 4 discs of piano quintets. And that's something. I love these. I mean, this is wonderful music. All I can tell you, I can just keep saying it's great, it's great, it's great. Listen to it. I'm just telling you what it is and telling you that you should hear it. And, you know, hopefully other people will record these things and give us more options. But at the moment, you know, we take it where we can find it, right? Was this from Capriccio? I just want to make sure. No, these are Brilliant Classics recordings, right? Okay. Then we start getting string quintets. Now, he wrote millions of string quintets with 2 cellos, not 2 violas. So we have, like, let's see. Oh, my God. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, holy mackerel, 11, 12, 13, I think this is the whole series, 14, 15, 16, 16. All right, 16 discs of string quintets. That gets us through that rather quickly, doesn't it? And these are with La Magnifica Comunità. Again, now I reviewed some of these, or at least one of these sets individually, and I said at the time, they're good performances. They give you a good sense of the music. They're attractive. They just would sound better on modern instruments. I mean, that's a function of taste. I mean, I've heard them both ways, and I really feel pretty comfortable about that. But that's a lot of string quintets, and you should hear them because they are wonderful works, full of variety and packed with invention and texturally marvelous. I mean, really, somebody ought, you know what someone ought to do is just make a string orchestra arrangements of them for full symphony orchestra and turn them loose. Boy, they'd sound wonderful. They really would. Then we have a bunch of string quartets, or 1 disc of them. This is with the Peterson Quartet. This is from Capriccio, and these are fabulous performances. It's just a nice selection of 1, 2, 3, 4 string quartets. And then we have violin and piano sonatas with forte piano on period instruments. And this is a Brilliant Classics. This says licensed from Tactus, Italy. So, you know, who pays attention to them? This is fine. 6 of them. So violin and piano sonatas. You get a sense of just how wonderfully varied his chamber music output was. So much wonderful stuff, really, in every possible medium. Then we have sonatas for piano, violin, and cello, aka trios. Although these are well, they're interesting. I mean, I'm not going to. This is with Gallimimus Musicum, and I am not going. This is licensed from Tactus again. I'm not going to prejudice you by telling you about the independence of parts or whether they're true piano trios or accompanied sonatas or whatever. It doesn't matter. You just listen to the music. So that's that. Then we have cello sonatas. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Yeah, 4. And these are works for not what you think. You think cello sonatas are for cello and piano, or forte piano, or harpsichord. This is not. These are duos for cello and basso, which could be another cello, or sometimes cello and violin as a duo. And these are horrible. This is the weakness. This is with Luigi Puxeddu, Puxeddu, cello, and on period instruments. This is critical editions by Luigi Puxeddu. I don't know what his deal is, but I think he is an absolutely atrocious cellist. He plays on a period instrument. He sounds like a dying cow. They're terrible. They're just, I find them unlistenable. And, you know, but when you've got 37 CDs, if you get these 4 little duds, then it doesn't really matter. But I don't want to go into it even more. I reviewed some of these performances on Classics Today, and I thought they were excruciating. Oh my God. But it ends up with an excellent recording of the Stabat Mater, which has just been published in a critical edition, and which I happen to have the honor of having worked on. And this is with Barbara Vignudelli, soprano, and the Orchestra da Camera Benedetto Marcello under Flavio Emilio Scogna. Yeah, beautiful work. This is like, the great Stabat Mater setting after Pergolesi, with the exception, of course, of Haydn's, which is a whole huge, masterpiece in a totally different scale. This is intimate. It's just with a soprano, and it's an exquisite work, a beautiful, beautiful work. This is the first version. He revised it later for two singers instead of one, and changed the orchestration a little bit, but it doesn't matter. This is magnificent stuff, and there you go. That is the Brilliant Classics Boccherini edition, with lots of wonderful Boccherini. And if you get this, you'll have basically the Capriccio edition. I have to decide now whether I'm going to talk about that separately. And I may, because it's a different size. It's like 10 discs. This is a lot of stuff, and particularly a lot of quintets and whatnot. And you have to decide whether you want all of it. I wouldn't want to live without it. The music is so wonderful, but you realize this is just like a first shot at getting to know Boccherini, and there's just so much more that can be done with other performances, other interpretations, other ways of looking at the music. I hope we have an opportunity to do it as the critical edition proceeds, and hopefully this will not become the province solely of period instrument performers, because that would be just so terribly limiting and unfortunate. So there you go, my friends. Keep on listening and enjoy your Boccherini. Take care.